Welcome. So this week I feel the angels want to send you a really personal message. So the message for this week will be by the letter of your first name. So for example, my name is Karina with a K, so I will listen out for the message beginning with the letter K. Let's get started. If your first name begins with the letters A, H, O, S or Z, you have received the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands is the card of conflict and competition, but it's a reminder that not all conflict is bad for us. Sometimes it's important to find our voice, to activate that throat chakra and say, hey, you know what? This is what I want. To be prepared to speak up. Don't always assume people should just act in a certain way because it's the right thing to do, or do the right thing by you because it's the right thing to do. Sometimes we have to ask for it, sometimes we have to fight for it, even if that's uncomfortable as it is. So we don't always avoid those situations, right? And this week it's time, this card is saying, and the angels, to be a little bit more proactive about getting what you want from this life. If your name begins with the letter B, I, J, N or W, you have received the Eight of Pentacles. Now this is the card of dedication and focus. There is an opportunity right underneath your nose, this card is telling me. It could be a job or a project or even a personal project of self-improvement or a relationship. And it's saying, my little friend, don't screw things up. Don't get distracted now. Don't take your eye off the ball. If you want to achieve any goal you have set yourself right now, no matter what it is, then now is the time to do it. So refocus, double down, make that big effort this week. If your name begins with C, F, M, Q or V, you have received the Wheel of Fortune. Now there is a very important message for you this week, which I want you to listen carefully. Luck is not something in general that happens randomly to you. Rather, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe yourself lucky, then you will start to experience more luck. It will flow to you. When something bad happens, for example, there are generally two types of responses. We have the person who says, oh, that's just my luck, bad things always happen to me. Or you have the person who says, wow, that was lucky. It could have been so much worse. So the person who feels unlucky is too busy looking down to spot the opportunities right in front of them. Whereas the lucky person expects the opportunities to be right in front of them. And so they're looking. And so the luck begins. So what this card is telling me this week, I really want you to own your attitude to luck. Decide which type of person you are, because the universe and angels are trying to send you some good things, but you've got to be able to look up, expect it, and say, yes, thank you, I am lucky. If your name begins with the letter D, K, P, or T or X, then you have received the Two of Pentacles. Here we have a person juggling two coins, which represents juggling the different parts of your life. So a ship sails there in the background, bouncing up and down with the waves. So what this is telling me is somehow you are managing to keep your life afloat despite all the different things happening. Now this week the angels say expect things to be even a little bit more hectic than usual, but know that you will manage. It's also a sign for a few of you to stay flexible about how you make your money. So maybe that means you're juggling how many days you are in the office or at home, or maybe it's how much time you should put into a side gig or a side project or some learning that you need to do right now and for the next while. Accept that juggling the parts of your life is the right thing to do right now. You don't need to just focus, you need to juggle. If your name begins with E, G, L, M, U, or Y, you have received the Three of Wands. So there you are, standing on top of a cliff, looking at the boats that you have sent out into the world. So this week, you're likely to put something out there, and the response you receive in return may take a little while, but it will be positive. It might be a resume you send out, the seed of an idea you plant in someone's mind. Whatever it is, don't talk yourself out of doing anything this week. Now, this card also means if you're dealing with anybody from overseas or you are traveling overseas yourself this week, the experience will be good. And that's your messages for the week. Really interesting ones, lots of personal messages there. Now, if you do feel you need extra guidance, then I do offer phone readings. I have reopened the booking lines for this week. It is really worth it if you want to chat things through in a little bit more detail, and you can find those details on my website. Meantime, have a great week. Mwah.